In the small town of Eldridge Hollow, nestled between dense forests and misty mountains, an eerie legend has persisted for generations. It all began with the old Whitmore house, a crumbling structure that stood alone at the end of a long, winding road. The townsfolk whispered about its dark past, claiming it was haunted by the spirit of a young girl named Clara, who vanished mysteriously one stormy night over a century ago. As the story goes, Clara was last seen playing in the garden, her laughter echoing through the air, until it abruptly stopped. The townspeople searched for her, but she was never found, and the house fell into disrepair, becoming a chilling reminder of her disappearance. Clara was known for her vibrant spirit and infectious laughter. She loved to explore the woods surrounding her home, often bringing back flowers and treasures she found along the way. However, as the years passed, the joy she brought to the town faded into sorrow. Some claimed to have seen her ghostly figure wandering near the house, her white dress billowing like mist in the wind. Others reported hearing her laughter, a haunting sound that sent shivers down their spines. The legend grew, and with it, the fear of the Whitmore house. Children dared each other to approach the property, but no one ever stayed long enough to uncover its secrets. One autumn evening, a group of teenagers decided to confront the legend head-on. Fueled by a mix of bravado and curiosity, they made a pact to spend the night in the Whitmore house. Armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they approached the dilapidated structure as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced eerily across the ground. The air was thick with anticipation, and the woods seemed to hold their breath as the group stepped inside. Dust motes floated in the beams of their flashlights, and the floor creaked ominously beneath their feet. They set up camp in what was once the living room, surrounded by faded photographs and remnants of a life once lived. As night fell, the atmosphere shifted. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows and sending chills down their spines. They shared stories, laughter echoing through the empty halls. But the lightheartedness quickly faded when strange occurrences began. A door slammed shut in the distance, and the temperature dropped suddenly, causing their breath to fog in the air. One of the girls, Sarah, claimed she felt a cold hand brush against her arm, sending her into a panic. The others laughed it off, but deep down, they all felt the weight of the house's history pressing down on them. As the hours passed, the group's bravado began to wane. They decided to explore the upstairs, where Clara was said to have spent her final moments. The staircase creaked ominously as they ascended, and the air grew heavier with each step. In the dim light, they found a small bedroom, filled with dust-covered toys, and a faded doll sitting on the bed. It was then that they heard it, a soft melodic laughter echoing through the halls. It was unmistakably Clara's laughter, and it sent chills racing down their spines. They exchanged nervous glances, but curiosity pushed them forward. As they ventured deeper into the house, the laughter grew louder, almost beckoning them. They followed the sound to a small attic, hidden behind a trapdoor. The air was thick with dust, and the atmosphere felt charged with energy. Suddenly, the laughter stopped, replaced by an eerie silence. The group stood frozen, hearts pounding in their chests. Then, a shadow flickered across the wall, and they turned to see a figure, a girl in a white dress, her hair flowing like wisps of smoke. Clara stood before them, her eyes wide, and filled with a mixture of sadness and longing. Clara's presence was both terrifying and mesmerizing. She reached out, her hand trembling as if she wanted to connect. The group felt an overwhelming urge to comfort her, to understand what had happened. In that moment, they realized Clara wasn't a malevolent spirit. She was trapped, longing for freedom. The teenagers, filled with empathy, began to piece together her story. They learned that she had been playing hide-and-seek the night she vanished, and in her excitement, she had wandered too far into the woods, never to return. As dawn approached, Clara's figure began to fade, her expression shifting from sorrow to gratitude. The group understood that they had to help her find peace. They promised to tell her story, to ensure she would not be forgotten. With a final smile, Clara whispered a soft thank you before vanishing completely. The teenagers stumbled out of the house, the first light of day illuminating the path ahead. They felt a weight lift from their shoulders, knowing they had given Clara the closure she desperately needed. In the days that followed, the group shared their experience with the townsfolk, and the legend of Clara transformed. No longer just a tale of fear, it became a story of compassion and understanding. The Whitmore house, once a symbol of dread, was now a place of remembrance. Clara's laughter echoed in the hearts of those who heard her story, a reminder that even in darkness, there is light to be found. Eldridge Hollow embraced its past, ensuring that Clara would forever be a part of its history, her spirit free at last.